Hey Andrew, how's it going? I had another live going there for a minute, and then I don't know, lost internet connection or something and died. So I just started this one. Can you hear me all right? Now I don't know if the damn microphone's connected. Okay. Well, maybe that works. All right, cool. Yeah, I just had another live going. Had a few people on it, and Brendan had just showed up. There's Shay back. Well, hopefully this one stays connected. I don't know. Internet's bad around here, and I don't have cell service, so hopefully it'll work. Maybe there's just too much using internet right now between my phone and the phone I'm streaming on, and Paula's probably on her phone. And how you doing, Andrew? Well, that's good, Paul. Maybe I just needed to start over. I'm not very techy, you know. I need Charlie out here to help me make sure everything's working good. You guys have a pretty bad winter up there right now, Andrew? Oh, that's not good. I did pretty good. Well, yesterday we took a trip down to Rock Springs and Green River. I had to go to Home Depot and pick up a few things, and then went and visited with Paula's dad for a little bit. Then the day we did pretty good motivation wise. Got out this morning fairly early and started draining the hot tub and changed the water in it, and then went down and cut some wood. And I was on Tasman's live stream for a little bit. Oh, did you? What year did you graduate? Oh, 84. Okay. Wow. You're 7 years after me. I graduated in Montana, actually I graduated in Big Piney, but I went to school in Montana most of my high school. And then my wife's from Green River. She didn't graduate until 96, I think. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Get your chickens put up? After a cold snap, forecast looks pretty good now. Yeah, young lady. Yeah. Yeah, she's 5 years younger than me. Hey, Larry, how's it going? Yeah, you are, Paul. Louisiana. Did you get any of the bad storm, or was it north of you, Larry? What kind of projects you working on, Paul? I haven't been on YouTube hardly at all to see what you've been up to. So the forecast looks pretty good, Andrew. So that means what, like highs in the 20s and 30s, or are you going to get warmer than that? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we need snow. I mean, there's been winters that it's, we haven't had a lot of snow down here in the valley, but the mountains get a lot. But this year, it's pretty bad even in the mountains. Oh, nice. Is that green live oak, or is it stuff that you got um, down and drying? Yeah, if we don't get more moisture, the fires could be bad this year. Never know, though. I mean, we still got, 3 months that we could have bad winter north of you. So, yeah, low 20s last couple nights. Yeah, nice, Paul. Yeah, it should be drying out a little bit. I suppose that oak takes a long time to dry, especially if it's not like cut and split or cut and stickered and stacked or something. Huh? Most logs I've been milling, oh, been buying my logs from a guy. I haven't had time to go cut anything, and he's been logging where it burned in 2012, so 14 years ago, and everything he's cutting down's dead standing. So it makes really good lumber. Um, it's, I mean, you cut it and it's dry. It doesn't warp and twist and bow or anything. Pretty nice. Cool. Hopefully, I'm going to be doing some more milling this year. Well, I got 4 beams I got to build, cut for my ex-father-in-law, and then got a buddy that's wanting to, like I was telling you about it, Paul. He's wanting to build a D-log cabin, so about 10 degrees Fahrenheit average for the next while. 31 below Friday. Yeah, that's too cold to be on a sled. Um, some of the pine, some of the pine is, but The one pine log I got had a lot of rot in it, so it's pretty much cut it up for firewood and just burned it. I got a few 1-bys that they have some pretty nice blue in them, but then they got some rot spots too, so. Oh yeah. Yeah, there was one time I went out, we went snow machining and let's see, I guess we were on our way out and my starter went out on my snow machine, and let's see, it's probably 20 miles back to the parking lot. Got towed out. Of course, snow machine wasn't running, so I didn't have any hand warmers or anything. And when we got back to the truck, it was 18 below. I was frozen. That was a cold friggin' ride out. I don't mind riding if it's 0 or, I mean, even 10 below isn't bad. Because I'm pretty, well, I used to be, when I did ride, I used to ride pretty hard. So, you know, I was always warm and sweating and everything. But that day was miserable. That's for sure. What are you dogs doing? Yeah, Paul, it's cold, that's for sure. Yeah, it's really warm. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I can't. It's supposed to be, I think it says 49 on Thursday or something, which is just incredible. I've never seen a winter like this here. Yeah, the thing about snow machining, Paul, I mean, if it's 0 and you're on a snow machine and riding hard, it's not that bad. You got hand warmers on your sled, and then you're all bundled up anyway with all windproof and waterproof gear. And well, most guys wear windproof and waterproof stuff. If you're out there and, you know, Carhartt bib overalls and a jacket or something, it's a little too cold. But holy cow, Shay. Yeah, that's not good. How'd you do that? You do it snow machining or? Well, let's see. Smoked the crank in my sled, but I was on search and rescue, so I'd ride with them, you know, in the winter when we needed to, but I didn't ride a whole lot. And then my job kind of took away the opportunity to be on search and rescue because the meetings were at, you know, 6 o'clock at night, and I was driving truck, so I'm never sure when I'd be back. And had to quit search and rescue, and I just kind of quit riding. But yeah, I got a couple machines rotting away too. We've been trying to sell them, but we got an '05 Polaris 900, which they were junk. And then I got an old 700 RMK, and it runs pretty good. I've just haven't taken it out. I mean, it's a 99, I think. Sled I used to ride, I had an 800 vertical escape that was shaved heads, ported. I mean, that thing was a beast. Yeah, Paul, I'm sure. Yeah, they don't have them down there. Yep, Mike, I kind of hope it finishes the way it's been as far as down here goes. We need a bunch more snow in the mountains, but the storms, a lot of times the storms will hang up on the mountains and not make it down to the valleys. So that'd be fine with me. If it stays 40, 45, 50 degrees down here, I'd be fine with me. Holy cow, Shay. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's a horror. She's probably a barrel racer. That's probably why. Pretty inconsiderate. I mean, you gotta love your horses, but man, you get in a wreck, you need to check on people first, I would think. Holy cow. She must have hit you hard. Hey, good country living. Thanks, brother. That's not too bad. Finally got some extra wood on there. It's going burning pretty good. Had snow and ice in the bottom of it, so some of that wood that I had in there is probably getting a little wet on the bottom, but actually I almost need to move closer to it. Right, Andrew? How's your weather up there? Good country? Right? Nice. The days are getting longer. We went down to Green River and Rock Springs yesterday, and I don't know, it was 4:45 or something when we left. Got back here about, oh, I don't know, 6, a little after. And it was still almost light out. We were in the kitchen, and Paula's doing something. She looks, and, well, I guess her daughter was coming home from work, and she goes, "Geez, I didn't realize it was already 6." I was like, "Yeah, it just started getting dark. Days are getting longer." Hey, good country, are you going to try to make it down to Tazapalooza one of these years? Man, I don't know why I'm yawning so bad. Yeah, there's some ice on the gorge. I know there's been some people out ice fishing. Um, Fontanelle finally just froze over all of it. There was still open water on Fontanelle a couple weeks ago. And there's a lot of people ice fishing the upper end, but down towards the middle and down towards the lower end, it was still open. But the gorge, yeah, I've seen some posts on Facebook that the gorge is frozen. People have been out ice fishing. I don't know about Fremont. Haven't seen any posts up there. Boulder's frozen, I'm sure. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, Andrew. Like, you guys have been getting pretty cold up north, and then, southern states have been a little colder than normal too this year. And for us, we've just been hot. I mean, relatively speaking, it's been really warm. Doesn't seem like it's that warm here, but it says it's 47. I guess I've just been sweating a little bit today and kind of cool. There's just a little bit of a breeze. Yeah, there's some big fish in Boulder. I just got a boat this year, and was taking on water a little bit and couldn't really figure it out. Had a few issues with it. It was an old boat, but it ran like a top. And we went up to Meadow Lake for Labor Day weekend and crawdading and stuff, and we were getting ready to leave. We took it out on Burnt Lake, and was taking on water pretty bad, vibrating really bad. So on the way home, we thought, well, we'll just run over to Boulder and kind of take it out and see how it goes. And we backing down to the boat ramp, and my buddy looked and he goes, nope, we're not taking that thing out. The bellows underneath where the drive shaft went through had a big tear in them. If we'd have put it out on the lake, we'd have sunk that thing. And I had some bearings go out in the tail housing. We just wiped out the whole tail housing, and bellows and everything were shot. Yeah, I'm sure, Paul. It's warm. Yeah, maybe, Andrew. I don't know. I mean, we just haven't had that much cold this year. I mean, last weekend was the first below zero we've had all year. Even, end of October into November, I mean, it was still 10 degrees at night and 35, 40 during the day. I mean, the ground's hardly even frozen here. I could probably go over here with a shovel and dig a hole if I wanted. It just hasn't been cold, which I'm not complaining at all. It definitely makes it easier to work, but we're kind of on an inside job right now, but there's no heat. So I got a diesel salamander heater I've been running, but the building's real drafty. There's a bunch of holes. We're putting metal on the ceiling, and now we're doing the walls, but there's a 3-foot opening into the attic on one side that we can't seal up right now. And so the heater basically is just giving us a place to go get warm, and being inside just keeps us out of the wind. But there's times that, midday, it'll be 35, 40 degrees outside, and you walk in that building and it's still 25 in there. But It's been really good for sure. Oh, really, Paul? Or yeah. Yeah, Andrew, it is good working weather. I got a couple outside projects coming up. And I'll probably live stream one of them, maybe do some videos on them or something. But um, got a big deck. Well, not a big deck. It's 16 by 11 to build. So that'll be a good project. And then I got another deck I got to build. That one's going to be a little interesting. I rebuilt that deck, geez, 23 years ago, 24 years ago. It's on an old J.C. Penney house. There's several of them around here, maybe 5 or 6, that they were a kit home that you could order through J.C. Penney, and they would freight all the materials up to you, and you'd build it yourself. And one of the local ranchers here has one, and it's an old ranch style 2-story house with a covered deck on the north side and then around a little bit on the east side. And I think it just had a pine deck on it, but it had these real ornamental posts all the way around the deck. And the concrete they poured was just local rancher. You mix some Portland with some sand and rock and whatever they could get out of the creek. So that was all crumbling and stuff. So we went in and jacked the whole roof system up over the deck, suspended the post, tore everything out, re-poured a new footing, and then rebuilt the deck with some tongue and groove. I think it was Doug fir. Real nice. I mean, it turned out really good. But with that, they've had to treat it, every 2 or 3 years. They're painting it or staining it, whatever. So now they want a new deck, but they want to put Trex down. So we got to go in and tear out all the tongue and groove, probably jack it back up, because I think those posts set on the deck, if I remember right. And then they want to redeck it with Trex. Oh yeah, it works real steady. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I love it. Working for myself, and it's a lot better than working in the oil field. A lot less stress and a lot less political stuff. Wow, Paul, that's cool. What kind of stove was it? Wow, that's crazy. You guys have been getting hit pretty hard with a pretty bad winter there, Mike. We've had several days that were 47, 45. It's really unusual for here. I mean, it was raining late December. We had rain on Christmas Day and no snow. And we haven't had any moisture probably. I think the last snow, well, we did get a skip of snow a couple weeks ago, just a dusting. Before that, probably a month. I mean, end of December, we had some weather, and then it was really nice and warm. And even the dusting of snow we had, I don't know, a week or 10 days ago, I mean, it was gone that next day woke up and there was just a little snow on the ground, and enough to make it white, but that was it. Really? Yeah, we haven't had to run. Well, we don't have. Well, we have window AC units. I don't think we even put them in this summer, though. I don't think I even put the swamp cooler in the window. Oh, really? Those guys out of Rexburg, do they do quality work, or are they cheaper and lower quality? A Warnock. I've never heard of those. Is that a pretty high efficiency stove, Paul? Oh, top notch. Yeah, guys like that. I mean, hard to compete against guys that do stuff cheap and cut corners and don't do quality work. You know, the nice thing over here in Big Piney, anyway, Pinedale's a little harder to get into, but word of mouth and reputation it's what it's all about. You know, I got a pretty good reputation here, and I do pretty high quality stuff. I mean, I do the best I can, and so, you know, it's I was out of it for, well, let's see, 15 years. So I worked here for 10 years, and then I was out in the oil field for 15, and I just came back. And as soon as people found out I was doing construction again, my phone just blew up. Well, that's good, Paul. It does take a while. So does it hold the fire pretty good? I'm sure with you probably burn oak or hickory, so it probably holds the fire overnight pretty well, huh? I wish we had hardwoods here. I mean, Doug fir works pretty good. You know, I can stoke the stove up at, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night, shut her down, close the dampers off, and we'll still have pretty good heat in the morning and enough coals that I can just throw some smaller stuff in there and open the dampers up, and it'll take off before I go to work. And turn you around. Hey, Zach, how's it going? 10 inches of snow right now. That's crazy. Yeah, that's what we cut and stacked today. So we're good for, yeah, I don't know, 3 weeks probably. And then back under there, we've got probably another 3 weeks. You can kind of see through the wood, see some wood through the boards. Usually we have that filled up, but we were kind of busy and behind the gun a little bit this year, so we didn't get a whole lot cut and stacked ahead of time. But we got enough to last us till 1st of March, maybe the middle of March. Right now, I mean, I got a lot of stuff down, a lot of slabs down at the mill. So, oh, do you? Yeah, if we let the fire burn down at night here, we'd be 65 degrees in the morning inside the house, and that's too cold for me. I'm kind of cold-blooded. I got to have it pretty warm in the house. But I guess that's out in the Airbnb, so probably not essential that you keep it warm in there all the time. Our house, we got a 2-story house, and the only thing we have is a wood burning stove downstairs. So the upstairs room, if you close the doors, they're pretty chilly in the morning. Shelby, my stepdaughter, Paula's daughter, she's got an electric heater in her room just to keep it warm at night because she keeps the door closed. And then the raccoon, he's got his own bedroom, so we keep the door closed in there, but he don't care if it's cold in there. We usually open the door and when we get off work about, Paula gets home about 2:33ish most days, and she'll open the door to his room. He usually doesn't come down till, I don't know, 7 or 8. He'll come down and hang out for a little bit and then goes back to his room, and then he'll come down when we go to bed and he'll come hang out with us in the bedroom for a little while. But downstairs, living room and kitchen, that the stove keeps it, I don't know, mid-70s if we keep the fire burning. Yeah, Andrea, it's good catching up. You take care too. Have a good dinner, and we'll see you in a few months. Looking forward to that. I don't know if Paul's going to make it or not. She's got to see if she can get the time off, but I'll definitely be there. Have a good night. Yeah, it's going to be here quick. We got a trip, kind of doing a big family thing, going down to St. Thomas. Kind of a honeymoon thing, really, but we're taking all the kids and stuff too. So we're going to do that in March, and then Tazapalooza in June. So got some vacations coming up, but yeah, both of those are coming quick for us. I think we're going down to St. Thomas on the 27th of March. So we're less than 2 months. We're looking forward to it. Our first trip down there didn't go very good when we got married, so kind of gonna go do a redo. We got a really nice Airbnb on the beach. Pretty cool little spot. We're gonna go snorkeling and go out on a catamaran, and we might even take a float plane over to St. Croix or something. Go get some vitamin D. You old dog. What are you doing, old dog? Yeah, you're getting old, aren't you? Oh, that feel good. Yeah, I bet that feels good, huh? Yeah. Oh, man, you are shedding. Look at that. Holy cow. Look at all that hair that you got all over me. Jeez. Okay, let me go lay down. Go find a ball. Go find a ball. Where's your ball at? Work's going pretty good, Brennan. Staying busy for sure. Got quite a bit going on, so got some bid projects I'm working on for the summer, and several jobs I've already got that just T&M jobs, so we'll see how it goes. And then, I mean, I'm sure there's other, there's going to be more people calling, so well, I hope anyway. Yeah, my youngest kid, he's going to be coming home in May and going to work for me, so that'll be good. He's down in Wickenburg, Arizona right now, working for a buddy of his. They're doing he does a lot of welding and fabricating, building roping arenas and fence and that kind of stuff. But buddy of his from high school, big ranching family around here, and they got property down there. So they go down there and work and team rope and stuff all winter. But him and his girlfriend, they're expecting. So yeah, Brennan, she's not my daughter, but yeah, she's helping. Her name's Charlie. She's a friend of my stepdaughter's. But yeah, she's still helping. She's doing good. Yeah, it'll be good, Mike. I'm looking forward to having him work with me. I mean, he's pretty opinionated. And for 24-year-old, he's kind of got his own ideas of how things are supposed to be. So I'm sure we're going to butt heads a little bit, but it'll be good to have him home and working. And his fiance, she's a great gal. She's an RN. Well, she's going to school to be an RN. She'll have her license in May. She graduates. So, yeah, big changes coming, It'll be nice to have him home. See, he was home for Christmas, and then right before Christmas, 2 weeks before Christmas, he came home. Tell us he was expecting my first grandson. So that's cool. But and then he'll be home on the 20th. They got a doctor's appointment that he's going to be here for. So I get to see him then, and then the plan is they're supposed to be in St. Thomas with us too in March, so we'll see him there. And then I don't know if he'll be home after that. I don't know if he'll be home before he comes home for good in May, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting working together. We're gonna have a little understanding that no matter how things go at work, you know, we need to just keep it civil and good. And as soon as you go through stuff, oh yeah, that'd be cool, man. What do you carve, Shay? Like chainsaw carving or? Paula just came out. She's getting ready to start a fire in the house. I almost offered to grab some coals out of this fire pit and throw in the stove. I appreciate it, Brennan. Yeah. Yeah, we've got everybody's been ordering, you know, different things here and there. Paula's been getting different stuff stocked up, and her mom's ordering stuff, and I'm sure people on the other side of the family are ordering things too. Yeah, Shay, that's for sure. Well, my son's got pretty good work ethics because that's the way I raised him to be. But yeah, a lot of these younger kids, pretty sad state of affairs. My stepdaughter's pretty good too. She works up at the hospital. She's a CNA, and well, she works at the senior center, but they're basically in the hospital, the new hospital that got built up there. So about every weekend now, because we're on a 4-day school schedule here, so she works 12-hour shifts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She's still at work now, and so she does pretty good. And my youngest son's, well, both my sons were, but yeah, my youngest son's got a good work ethic too. My oldest son, he worked his butt off and had things going good for him. It's too bad. He actually he was getting ready to switch jobs and go to work for a motorcycle dealership and go to school. He was going to go take a course on being a Ducati mechanic. So I think he pretty well had that job nailed down when he got killed. So, a Dremel carver. So I've heard cottonwood bark is really good for carving. Do you use any of that, or what do you carve on? Yeah, I got this cross here. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it's going to be a memorial that we're going to go down and put up where Tanner crashed. And need to still do a little work on it. I had a buddy, or not a buddy, but I had a guy cut that out for me on a plasma cutter. And I got a Celtic knot. I'm just going to go in the middle of it. And then I'm going to put a mount down here to mount his helmet on it that he was wearing when he wrecked. And that's going to go on the side of the road. Down in Tennessee. So yeah, we'll be making a trip down to Tennessee in September to go put that up. I got some welding to do on it and stuff, some fabricating. Get it sandblasted and get it to a powder coater and get it all done up right. We'll put that next to the road there. Hey Chippy, how's it going? I'm the only 10 that you see. I don't know what that means, but oh, that's good, Chippy. How's your work going? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's where my son was living when he died. He was working for a buddy of mine down there that owns a big tool and engineering company. And I don't know, he was kind of over it and looking for other jobs when he passed away. So we're going to go down there and put that memorial up next to the highway where he passed away at. Yeah, I'm sure it is, Chip. That oil field stuff can be a lot of political stuff, and it can be pretty stressful. That thing's still frozen in the bottom. It's crazy. Oh, really? Well, that's not good. Dang, Chip. Wonder if you got something going on that's like a metabolic thing or something. Maybe your thyroid or something. I don't know. That sounds pretty bad. Yeah, Shay, it was pretty rough. he was riding his motorcycle. Love of his life. He loved that bike, and he was out with some friends, and he was headed home for the night. And just going too fast, which wasn't like him, but for some reason he was, and lost control. September 20th. So one of the worst things that can happen, you get that knock on your door. It was 6:45 in the morning, September 20th. Had a couple deputies standing outside my house, and yeah, it was a pretty bad deal. Have you had anything checked out, Chippy, or like go to the doctor and see if there's anything wrong or what? I appreciate it, Shay. It's, not something you'll ever get over. And I'm sure of that, I mean, getting to the point now where most days I do okay. But there's still just moments when it hits, No, gotcha, Chip. Yeah, I don't know how all that stuff works in Canada, but sounds like you need to get something checked out. I appreciate it, Paul. I know you've been there for me. And I appreciate it. There's still going to be some hard times. I'm sure it's going to be rough when we go back and take this memorial down there. And I still got a lot of his stuff that I need to go through out in the storage unit and different things. But just day to day, that's all you can do, I appreciate it, Shay. It definitely helps. I'm sure. Well, I think we've been on for a pretty good little chunk of time. I think I'm going to hang her up, go inside, and see what's going on with Paula and start getting ready for dinner. Yeah, Chip. It's not going to be one of those things that ever goes away, you know. He was a damn good kid and had his whole life ahead of him, He was doing good. He was on the right track, and everybody loved him. Everybody that knew him, we got to meet all of his friends when we went down there and moved all of his stuff back, and nobody had anything bad to say about him, which I mean they wouldn't, but still, tough that he's gone, but there's nothing that's going to change it. So you just work your way through it. Yeah, I appreciate you being here, Paul. I appreciate everybody being here. Yeah, Shay, I'll start doing some live streams again, maybe on some of the projects and stuff. And we start getting some interesting work. So I appreciate everybody being here and hanging out for the last hour and a half. And we'll see you on the next one. So 307 out.